Hi dear children, we start our physics lesson, first lesson, that is force and pressure. So before presenting the topic, let me recall some of the actions from our everyday life. See, we are performing different activities, or you are doing different types of work in a day. You are pulling some of the items, you are pushing some of the items, you are taking your book into hand, you are kicking a ball, you are shutting something. So you are performing different type of activities every day. And from where do we get this energy for doing the work? Yes, it is from the energy stored in our own muscles. By taking food, we will get sufficient amount of energy. That energy will be stored in our muscles to perform these type of activities. So if a man possesses some energy, he is able to do some work. If a man without energy can't perform any type of work. So there is a relation between the work done by a person and the energy stored in that person. Okay, without energy we cannot perform any type of activities. So we should take proper amount of food daily to perform these type of activities: pushing, kicking, then shutting, closing, taking, lifting. So these type of activities can easily be done with the help of the energy from our muscles. We call that as muscular energy. Okay, and in this particular lesson we are discussing about the pushing and pulling of an object. Pushing and pulling of an object. And what is meant by this pushing and pulling? You know how to push an object and you know how to pull an object. These two are the quite common actions in daily life. Okay, pushing and pulling. You are pushing your friends, you are pulling an object. So that is quite, you are familiar with these type of actions. And we in science or in physics, we call this pushing and pulling as a simple term. Pushing of an object and pulling an object. Okay, and when we push and pull, so many things may happen. When we push an object or pulling an object, then the direction of the object can be changed. Clear? Then by pushing a soft object, we can change the shape of an object. Okay, and we can when we kicking a ball, a moving ball, we can change the speed, or we can catch a moving object, or thereby we can stop a moving object by pulling or pushing. Okay, so there are different effects for the force. Okay, and the pushing and pulling, we call that as a special term. I told you that special term is called the force. Clear? Whenever we push or pull an object, we say we are applying some force on the object. So we can write that pushing or pulling, or the force means it is a push or a pull. A push, either a push or a pull. A push or a pull is known as, a push or a pull is known as force. Clear? And pushing and pulling, thereby we are applying some force. And let us consider some of the actions and what happen when we push an object or pull an object. Okay, and with an example I'll explain what is a pushing and a pulling. So here is a ball. Let's take this as a football, and the football is kept on the ground, and suppose you are standing very close to the football and you are going to kick the ball. The ball is now at rest. Ball is at rest. It is not moving. It is at rest because it is not having its own energy to move. Clear? So somebody should apply some force on the ball to make it to move. Till that time that will be stationary, or that will be at rest. Okay, and here a ball is stationary or it is at rest, and a boy is coming, or suppose you are there close to the ball and you start applying some force, or you are pushing the ball. or you are kicking the ball. Okay, and when you start kicking, or there we say that you are going to apply some force. You have enough energy. Okay, so with the muscular energy, you are going to give a kick to the ball. So what happens? Suppose that position is A, the ball start rolling and it reaches another position B. So ball move from the position from A to the latest position B. Let me increase the size of the ball. This is the ball. Now the ball is set. It covers a small distance and it stops at the place B. Clear? So with the pushing or with a kick, the ball can change its position. It was here at first. Now this is the latest position of the ball B. So with the force application, I could change the position. Clear? I gave a small kick on this side of the ball and ball rolls for some time and finally reaches at the latest position B. So from A it is changed to B. That is because of the application of the force. So force can change the position of the object. Okay, and in this manner we can change the position of any object. We can push a box or we can push a table. Okay, we can push a cot if it is not so heavy. Okay, and these all things are quite common. So when pushing, it will change its shape, the position. Okay, the position can be changed by pushing, or the pushing is called force application. With the application of force, we can change the position of the object. Okay, and suppose a ball is rolling. This ball is rolling, moving, or ball is rolling, and by applying a force we can stop it. We can catch it, or thereby we can stop it with the application of force. We should apply some force to stop it. Okay, so that is another effect of force. We can stop a moving object. Clear? We can stop a moving object. Whatever be the moving object, we can stop it by catching it. Clear? Suppose a stone is from top, we can catch it and we can stop it. Clear? So that is another effect of force. We can, first one, we can change the position of the object. Here we can stop a moving object and we can make an object to move. We can make an object to move. We can make an object to move. Suppose a ball is at rest. We push that or we pull it, then that start moving. It cannot move forever. Finally it stops. It can cover a short distance, and that depends on the force, the amount of force we apply, and after covering some distance that will comes to rest again. Okay, so that is also another effect of force. Clear? And suppose you are applying some force on a tomato, or you are applying a force on sponge, you can change the shape. Tomato, you can squeeze it, or when you apply a force on a piece of paper, you can crush it. You can crush down the paper, thereby you can change the shape. Okay, so these actions are, you will understand it very quickly because these are quite common actions in your life. Okay, you can squeeze it, or you can change the shape. You can change the object at rest into the motion. You can stop a moving object. You can increase the speed of a moving object. Okay, and you can change the direction. Suppose a ball is moving from left to right, you can apply a force from right to left so that it changes its position, direction. So that is also quite possible. Okay, so these are the different effects of force. What a force can do, what it can do, what a force can do. Force can increase the speed, it can change an object into motion, or it can bring a object into rest, it can change the shape, it can change the direction. So these are the different effects of force. Effect in the sense what a force can do. What are the different things a force do? Clear? And let me write that into the board with the by using some sentences, that is effects of what is a force? A push or pull. And by applying or by pushing or pulling, what all things may happen on an object. The first one, and we call that as the effect of force. It can start a moving object. It can start a moving object. Then second one, it can stop. It can start an object. That is enough. It can start an object. It can stop a moving object. Stop a moving object. It can change the position. It can change the direction. And it can change the shape. These all can be done with the help of an These are the different things that a force can do. It can start an object. Suppose it at rest, we can start it. We can start an object. A moving object, we can stop it by catching it or by applying some force on it. And with the application of force, we can change the position from one place to another. We can shift it with the application of force, and we can change the direction. Suppose it is a moving object. With the application of the force from another direction, we can change it. And according to our wish, we can make the change in the direction of the moving object. And finally, it can change the shape. Suppose we are applying a force in a soft object like tomato or a sponge or some objects like that. Easily we can change the shape. Okay, so we call these 5 are the different effects of force. So today we discussed about and what is a force and what is the definition for the force. A push or pull is called a force, and a force can be applied with the help of some energy. If a person is having enough energy, he can do some type of this pushing, pulling, kicking, all these activities, and we call that as the force. So with the application of force, what all things may happen? It can change, or at a time 2-3 effects can be done with the application of force. It may change the position as well as the direction. It can change the shape as well as it can stop, like that. More than one effect is also possible with the application of force. So totally we term this into 5 different points. A force can change the or set an object into motion. It can stop a moving object. It can change the speed of the object, and the change means it can increase or decrease the speed, and it can change the shape of the object. So these are called the different effects of force. Okay, I hope every one of you understood what is meant by a force and what are the different effects of force. So then we will discuss these all different effects in detail in the coming classes. Okay, with this I conclude today's class. Thank you very much.